My name is Jacob Exton. I'm the general manager of the Canoe and Paddle Pub.
What is a Canoe and Paddle Pub?
Canoe and Paddle Pub is an English pub located in downtown Lakefield, Ontario, and we're just coming up on 10 years of operation.
Where'd the name come from?
The name came from all English pubs typically are like double barrel, like Fox and Fiddle, things like that. But we really wanted to connect to the local heritage in the area, and there was two, as I think is the purpose of your trip, was finding out about the canoe heritage in the area and canoeing trips. So obviously you had the Peterborough Canoe Company, and there was also the Lakefield Canoe Company around here as well. So that's why we went with Canoe and Paddle. And then we also did an homage with the bar. It's a white bar that uses the same woods that you use in canoe constructions. So we have ash to simulate the gunnel rails, cherry bar top, and then cedar stripping on the actual bar front itself.
Were you surprised the name wasn't taken?
Yeah, I definitely was.
How would you describe this place to a complete stranger?
I would say it's an English pub, but it still serves all of the Canadian-style classics that you'd expect. So your chicken wings, your fresh nachos, burgers, and that sort of stuff. But then we have fish and chips, my nan's Grand's beef stew, steak and mushroom pie, and a homemade coconut curry.
How hard was it getting that recipe after Nan?
I actually just stole it because I watched her growing up, and then I used it without her knowing for 3 years till she came on holiday. She gave me a thick ear, but then told me I did good, so I was allowed to keep using her name.
What do you have next door?
Next door we have an ice cream shop and bakery. The building itself has actually been called the Hamblins Building since 1901, and it's always made ice cream. And actually when we first took over the building, we went down to the Trent Archives to find a little bit of history on it, because when we leveled the floor, it was 8 inches out front to back, but there was all the old log footings and 12 inches of bone-dry cedar sawdust from where they used to store all of the ice blocks to be the town's refrigerator as well. So yeah, there's lots of history in the building. So we tried to keep that heritage going next door. So yeah, during COVID itself, we were allowed to do an extended patio. It was about the only good thing that happened during that time. But we reached out to a friend of ours up at Curve Lake. He used to be a semi-pro ball player, but we knew he had a gym, and he'd always said he had some extra AstroTurf. So we asked him if he had any kicking around, and he said, do you want some World Series winning AstroTurf? And it turns out he was good friends with the facilities manager at the then Sky Dome, and he had managed to procure 3 or 4 rolls of it, and he had 1 or 2 left. So he came down with the last 2 rolls, we rolled it out, and we're about 20 foot short, but it almost fit the space that we had perfectly. So we got to add a bit of rich local history to that, to this area out back. So yeah, it's quite the iconic green color. So we've had a lot of people, your generation, that come down. It seems to elicit some emotions. It's about the only time that the sports teams won anything back then, right? So yeah, we've had some eye rolls in the wife side of things and some husbands kissing the turf. But yeah, it's nice to be able to connect back to some winning ways. We originally came on holiday. It would have been back when I was about 12 or 13. My parents want to stay up at a cottage in Bancroft, and we just fell in love with the lake lifestyle. It's kind of like the Lake District in England, except it's warm and people are friendly. So we ended up remortgaging our place in England. We bought a house up in Buckhorn on the lake and rented out when we weren't here to pay for the mortgage, and then we came out for holidays once a year in August and did that for 2-3 years, and me and my brothers and sisters never really wanted to go home. So my parents joked about moving, and I thought it was a joke until about 3 weeks before she said, all right, I was done school in May, and then she said, August, we're moving out to Canada. So that was 2007, and we've now been here 18 years. I've lived in Canada longer, and I don't know what to do with my identity. We're so lucky to have the staff we do. Obviously, COVID for restaurants were in incredibly trying times, so we really invested in the place to try and keep payroll going. Took on some debts to do so, but we feel really lucky to be here. I've built an amazing group of staff. We've recently been able to add some great new managers here, so we really are feeling so good about where things are, and I'm really happy and indebted to the staff that we have that keep us so busy and keep people coming back. So yeah, we're happy to serve some of the best rated food in the area. We got 20 draft taps and some of the friendliest service you'll find. We're not immune to mistakes like every other restaurant, but we'll hold our hands up when we do, and we try to make it right. But yeah, no, it's a great place to be. I originally came back after university for a year to open this place up for my parents. All I'd done on the side was work in pubs and restaurants, and I said I wanted to go corporate, do my MBA, that sort of stuff. But I fell in love with the small town, the people in the area, and I couldn't be happier to laying down my roots here. Every night of the week we try to do something to keep people coming back. So Monday nights we have $4 off our fish and chips. Tuesdays we do a Taco Tuesday, so we have 4.25 tacos and a bunch of different choices. Wednesday night is super popular for us. We're packed every week. It's our pub trivia night. My dad is the quiz master. It's the only night of the week he's always right. And then we do a different pasta special that the chef chooses each week. Thursday night, also super popular. It's our wing night. Canadians love their wings, so we do half-price wings, no minimum, no drink purchase. We make our boneless wings fresh in-house, so you have a choice of bone-in or boneless. And the bone-in wings, as Jay tasted, are huge and quite delicious. so that's a popular night. Friday night we do baby back ribs, and then on Sunday we have a Caesar Sunday, and then from time to time we book live music in as well, just to try and make things even better on a long weekend. Yeah, so if you're looking for the friendliest place around with the best food and more draft beer than you can shake a stick at, head on down canoeandpaddle.com or visit us 18 Bridge Street in the heart of downtown Lakefield. Cheers.